أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي رب زدني علما رب زدني علما رب زدني علما السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Now we have come to the new academic year 2020-21. Now we are in a new class, grade 7, isn't it? Now all of you have got your English book, textbook, your supplementary reader, you have 2 notebooks and 1 grammar book. Now, Alhamdulillah, for to do best in all what we do, we have to work hard. So from the beginning itself, be earnest in your work and punctual. That becomes easy for all of us, isn't it? For you as well as for me. So we have to work hard to gain something for this dunya and for the akhirah. With Allah's grace and mercy and with our prayers, with our duas, Allah will make our task very easy, inshallah. So let's start with the new lesson. 3 questions. Now we have in this, it's a Tolstoy story. The 3 questions in the opening paragraph, though philosophical in nature, may be of practical significance to individuals in self-realization and value inculcation, isn't it? Now, this story is sectioned into 2 parts. So each part may be sectioned further according to convenience. I will be taking the lesson, inshallah. So we get some kind of moral from this story. So let's see what the story tells us about. 3 questions. A king has 3 questions and he is seeking answers to them. What are the questions? Does the king get what he wants? Now you have your notebook. You can have the first notebook. 200 pages books are there. First one is for the first term and the other one is for the second term. Now you take the first book. You can leave the page. I hope you have written your name and your class on the cover page, and inside you have the first leave the first page. The second page you can leave for the index page, and the third page you will write the heading of the lesson 3 questions, and also you can write the date. And on the right hand side and also the left hand side of each page you have new words. So you will be writing those new words so that you learn the meaning of the new words. Now I'll start with the first part of the story now. The thought came to a certain king that he would never fail if he knew 3 things. So he's a ruler. Who's a king? He's a ruler of a country or a place. So what does he think? He thinks that if he knew 3 things, he will never fail in his work. So these 3 things were, what is the right time to begin something? All of us have that same problem, isn't it? When we want to do something, we want to do today or tomorrow or day after, or shall we do today? So my advice is always, if you want to do today, you have to do it now. Then it becomes very easy. Don't procrastinate any of your work. Do it immediately. So today if you want to do it now. जो आज कल करने जो आज कर ले. There's a Hindi proverb. जो कल करने जो आज कर ले, आज करने जो अब कर ले. So what you want to do tomorrow, you do it today, and what you want to do it today, do it now. So the king also had the problem, what is the right time to begin something and which people should he listen to? We always have that problem also, now whom we should listen to. So what is the most important thing for him to do? So these are the 3 questions. What is the right time to begin something, which people should he listen to, and what is the most important thing for him to do? The king therefore sent messengers throughout his kingdom. Who are the messengers? Messengers are people who will take the message from the king to people. They are called the messengers. Throughout the kingdom, he sent messengers promising a large sum of money to anyone who would answer these three questions. So anyone who answers these three questions, the king will give them with large sum of money. So many wise men came to the king, but they all answered his questions differently. So differently means each one's answer was different. So everybody came, many wise men, people with wisdom came to him, and they also answered the questions, but each one answered differently. In reply to the first question, what is the first question? What is the right time to begin something? So in reply to the first question, some said the king must prepare a timetable. Now we know what is a timetable, isn't it? In school in madrasa we have the timetable. This hour we will do this class, and from this hour to this hour we will do another class. So we have to have a timetable. So they said the king should prepare a timetable and then follow it strictly. So we have to be strict in what we put according to the timetable, and we have to be strict with that. Only in this way, they said, could he do everything at its proper time. Others said that it was impossible to decide in advance the right time for doing something. So others are each one having different opinions, isn't it? Now others are saying that it was impossible to decide in advance the right time for doing something, because sometimes the problems arise. It's not like having a class, but problems arise. So immediately we have to see priority. Which should we do first? So they said the king should notice all that was going on. He should be very vigilant or very alert. Avoid foolish pleasures. When you have foolish pleasures, you spend a lot of money, isn't it? And always do whatever seemed necessary at that time. So the other people are saying, each one is having different opinion, and so they are saying like this. Yet others said that the king needed a council of wise men who would help him act at the proper time. So some others are saying that he should have a council of wise men. Council means what? A group of people chosen to give advice or to make rules. So he should have counselors. So he should have a council of wise men who would help him act at the proper time. This was because one man would find it impossible to decide correctly. So one person alone cannot decide for so many people, isn't it? So one man cannot decide. It is impossible for him to decide correctly without help from others. The right time for every action. So he needs a council of members. So to do the correct thing at the correct time. But then others said that there were some things which could be urgent. So even there we have some things to be done urgently. So these things could not wait for the decision of the council. So they cannot wait until they have the council, the council of members calling the councillors and then having the council or a meeting. So these things could not wait for the decision of the council. In order to decide the right time for doing something, it is necessary to look into the future. We have to think of the future, and only magicians could do that. So some are saying that only magicians, some people believe in that, isn't it? They think that magicians, they can decide, they know, they do magic, so they can do that. So the king therefore would have to go to the magicians. So they do magic, and the king will have to go to the magicians. In their answer to the second question, some said that the people most necessary to the king were his counselors. In answer to the second question, some said that the people most necessary to the king were his counselors. Others said the priests. So counselors means people who decide, and together they are called the counselors, and members of the council. They are called the members of the council. And some are saying we should listen to the priest. Who are the priests? Priests means the people, learned men from each religion, isn't it? We have the ustads, or for Islam we have ustad or Maulavis, and we for Christian they have the priests. Hindus also they have their priests. So each religion has their learned men of their religion. So they say we have to listen to the priest. A few others chose the doctors. So we know who are the doctors. Doctors, they know medicines and of sicknesses. They know what sick disease it is. So some are saying we should listen to the doctors, and yet others said that the soldiers. So who are the soldiers who take care of the kingdom, or the fighters, who take care of the country? They are called the soldiers, were the most necessary. So who are the most necessary people? It may be the counselors, some say it is the priests, some say it is the doctors, and some say it is the soldiers. To the third question, some said science. So what is the third question? We know what is the third question, isn't it? The third question is, what is the most important thing for him to do? Second question, which people should he listen to? That we have finished now, whether it should be priests, the counselors, the doctors, or the soldiers. Now what is the most important thing for him to do? So to the third question, some said science. So what he should do is science. Others chose fighting. So he should spend for fighting, and others religious worship. Now, as the answers to these questions were so different, so each one telling different things, the king was not satisfied. He was not satisfied with the answers. So, and gave no reward. So he did not give reward to anyone, because nobody's answer was correct, was the king satisfied with. So he says he is not satisfied, and he did not give a reward to anyone. Instead, he decided to seek the advice of a certain hermit. So what does the king think? He decided to seek advice of a certain hermit. Hermit is a person who lives alone and leads a simple life. A hermit, usually they don't live in cities, they usually live in wood, a small forest. So the king thinks of taking the advice of the hermit. The hermit lived in wood, which he never left. He always lived there, a cool place, isn't it? Among the trees, a small hut-like house where it's a hut where he doesn't think of any worldly pleasures. They want simple life. So the king plans to go to the hermit, and he wants to meet the hermit there. He saw no one but simple people, and so the king put on ordinary clothes. So what does the king do? He disguised himself as an ordinary person. He did not wear all his wealthy crown and shining clothes, but he went in an ordinary clothes. Before he reached the hermit's hut, the king left his horse with his bodyguard. So the king goes to the forest he goes to the woods with the bodyguard, because it is not safe otherwise for him to go alone. So he disguises himself as an ordinary person, and he leaves his horse with the bodyguard far away, and he reaches the hut of the hermit. At the hermit's hut, the king left his horse with his bodyguard and went on alone. He went on alone. As the king came near the hermit's hut, he saw the hermit digging the ground in front of his hut. Now, as he's coming closer to the hut, he saw, what did he see? He saw the hermit digging the ground in front of his hut. He greeted the king and continued digging. So he greeted the king because he does not know that he is a king, but he knows he's a person. Somebody has come, so he greets him and he continues to digging. So he greeted the king and continued digging. The hermit was old and weak. He was very old, and also he was weak. He was weak means very lean and not very fat or anything. And he worked. He breathed heavily. As he worked, he breathed heavily because he was aged person, isn't it? When they feel the aged person work, they feel very tired. So he was breathing heavily. The king went to the hermit and said, I have come to you, wise hermit. So he goes to the hermit and he tells him, I have come to you, wise hermit, to ask you to answer 3 questions. I have 3 questions for which I want the answers. So he asked the hermit the first question, how can I learn to do the right thing at the right time? How shall I know to do the right thing at the right time? Who are the people I need most? Whom should I listen to? Who are the people I need most? And what affairs are the most important? So, which things, what affairs means, what work is most important? What should I do first? And what are the efforts that are most important? The hermit listened to the king but did not speak. He did not speak. He listened to the king. He does not know he's a king, isn't it? He went on digging. So he says, he went on digging. He did not speak much. Only the king spoke, but the hermit did not give any reply. So the king says, you are tired, said the king. So you are tired. I can see that you are tired. You are trying to finish your work. You are not talking to me. So let me take the spade and work in your place. So he says, I will take the spade and help you to do your work in your place. Instead of you digging, I will help you to dig. Thanks, said the hermit, giving the king his spade. Then he sat down on the ground. Now, what does the hermit do? He's giving the spade to the king, and he's going to sit down and take a little rest. So, when the king had dug 2 beds, he stopped and repeated his questions. Now, what are beds? Beds are the small patches of ground for plants. So, like a bed, they dig and they raise the place to the mud will be raised up like a bed so that they can sow seeds. That is how the farmers do to sow the seeds, because they make it a raised so the water will not stay on. So when they sprinkle water, it will get wet and the seeds are sowed on it. So it's like a bed. He stepped and repeated. When the king had dug 2 beds, he made 2 beds. He stopped and repeated his questions. Now again he is repeating his question. The hermit gave no answer. Here now also he is not opening his mouth. He is not telling anything, but stood up, stretching out his hand for the spade, and said, now you rest and let me work. Now the hermit had taken a little rest. Now he stretches his hand to he's asking for the spade again so that he can do the digging. But the king did not give him the spade and continued to dig. So the king did not give the spade back to him because he wanted him to take some more rest. So he continued to dig. 1 hour passed, then another. So it went on for a long time. The sun went down behind the trees. Now what happened? The sun had risen. The rising of the sun is over. Now midday is over. Now it's going to set down. So the sun went down behind the trees. Now it's going to be dark. And at last the king stuck the spade into the ground and said, now the king is putting the spade onto the ground and said, I came to you, wise man. Now the king is getting angry. He's not getting any answer, isn't it? The hermit is not opening his mouth. He's not talking. But now the king stuck the spade into the ground and said, I came to you, wise man, for an answer to my questions. If you can give me no answer, tell me so, and I will return home. Now he says, now I came to you, to wise man, for an answer to my questions. If you can give me no answer, tell me so, I will return home. Here comes someone running, said the hermit. Now hermit can see somebody coming, running to him. And he says, here comes someone running, said the hermit. why did the king, so there was somebody coming running towards them, so he tells that. Now the first part is over. Now we will go with the questions. Why did the king want to know answer to three questions? Why did he want to know? Because he wanted to rule the to rule the kingdom, isn't it? He wanted to know the answer for his three questions. Messengers were sent throughout the kingdom to fetch wise men, to find answers to the questions, to look for the wise hermit, to announce a reward for those who could answer the question. So, why were messengers sent throughout the kingdom? To find the answer to the questions. Now you can write the comprehension check. I think I did not introduce myself. My name is Rafina, and I'll be your English teacher, inshallah, for this year, inshallah. So please do your work well, and read the lesson as you finish with the watching the video. Read the lesson to yourself, because language means we have to keep reading so that we learn new words. So any language, it may be English, it may be Kannada, or it may be Hindi, we have to keep reading, and we have to keep writing also, so that we learn new words, and it becomes easy then. If you don't if you close your book and keep, you are not going to learn anything. So may Allah help you to do your task easy, inshallah. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Sallallahu ala Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.